Hey there, adventurers, and welcome back to War Games News Radio for another installment of Skyrim Sundays, playing Elder Scrolls Call to Arms by Modiphius Entertainment. This is episode 2 of our Bleak Barrow campaign, following the exploits of the Dragonborn Ralof and the Imperial Spellsword Mage as they delve deep underground in search of the Golden Claw and buried treasure. In our last episode, we took on some Draugr who have now gone deep underground to protect their loot from the bandits and, of course, our adventurers who are plundering Bleak Barrow. So it's going to be an interesting battle where we're going to be going head-to-head this time against some Draugr and some bandits all at the same time. You all voted Ralof as our battle MVP last time around, so he's going to get an interesting little treasure draw free of charge at the beginning of this scenario. And of course, I'm once again going to need your help choosing another battle MVP this time around. So let me know in the comments once you've watched the video which one of our units you think outshone the rest. They'll get a treasure draw at the beginning of the next scenario in the final episode of this campaign. Our objective is to get our hands on the Golden Claw, open the puzzle door, and make our way into the final chamber of Bleak Barrow. And hopefully all of these bandits and Draugr don't make that too difficult a task for the Dragonborn, Ralof, and our mage. So without further ado, let's get into Bleak Barrow Episode 2, The Golden Claw. Let's hit it. The Golden Claw. Here we have our three adventurers, the Dragonborn, our Spellsword Mage, and the ever-handy Ralof, who've descended deep into the bellows of Bleak Barrow to try to retrieve the Golden Claw. But lo and behold, it is now infested with both bandits and Draugr, so things are going to be a little tricky if our gang is going to get this claw and try to make it out through the puzzle door into the final chamber. We're going to have 10 rounds to try to find the Golden Claw, which is going to be stashed in one of the 4 treasure chests scattered across the back half of the map. Once we get the Golden Claw in our possession, we're going to have to try to book it out to the back side of the board here to the puzzle door. Once we're within 3 inches of that strategic objective, the door will open and we will be able to move our asses out of the scenario. But of course, we have some baddies who are going to be trying to stop us from achieving our goals. First up is the Draugr warrior, who we fought in our last battle but were not able to slay. He's backed up by 2 Draugr greatsword warriors and 3 skeleton archers. On top of that, we have 3 what I'm calling bandits. These are going to be the Imperial Legion soldier unit cards, and I'm using 2 Imperial Legion soldiers and the Yarsild Thrice-Pierced model to represent our bandits, who have descended deep below the ground to try to get the treasures. But our adversaries here are not all on the same size. The Draugr and the bandits will engage each other if they are the closest models to one another, but they will also engage me if they have the opportunity to do so. So I can get ganged up on by these folks, but they will also attack each other depending on who is closest. For our forces, we have 188 septums of adventurers, led up by the Dragonborn, who after our last episode picked up an ancient Nord battle axe of frost. I'm pretty excited to do some two-handed damage with that unit there. Then we have our hide armor and a ring of fortify armor, which gives us some additional armor values. This unit is leveled up after our last battle because we got enough victory points to do so, and I know I'm using the incorrect card for it at the moment, but I'll make sure that all the stat values are rolled appropriately. Second up, the Imperial Mage, who is equipped with flames, steel dagger, and Imperial light armor. They also picked up a scroll of fear in our last episode, so pretty excited. Might have to use that pretty quickly off the bat. And then everyone's favorite Ralof, the ever faithful ranger, who's equipped with now a fine dwarven sword, hunting bow, and stormcloak cuirass. You folks voted Ralof as our battle MVP in our last episode, so as such, they're going to get to draw a bonus card. So I've set aside here a couple of single-use treasure items that Ralof will be able to draw from. So let's just go ahead and cut the deck, and Ralof has revealed a potion of plentiful stamina. 1 free use, free action, restore a black die's worth of stamina points. Not too shabby. We didn't complete our quest last time around, so we get to draw a new card. Let's go ahead and reveal Ghost of Kienstag. The spirit of a Nord warrior appears, imploring you to serve justice upon the intruders who are attacking his tomb. Well, that's kind of perfect. Requirement, at least 3 adversaries. Yep, we got that in spades. Remove 3 enemy models as casualties during the game. When the 3rd is removed, immediately draw a treasure card as a reward from the ghost. With a septum count of 188 points, technically I should be playing on the full 3x3 mat here, but I really wanted to give a sense of a frantic battle in a basement here with this episode, so I've decreased the playing size from 3 feet down to 2. So it's going to be a hectic one, and I have a feeling it's going to be a bit of a challenge. So let's get into episode 2, The Golden Claw. Start of round one, we are deployed 6 inches out from our deployment zone. We've got some Draugr here in the corner and a mix of Bandits and Draugr on this side. And we're up first, so I think it's going to be time for me to get Ralof into the battle here. I'm going to start with a hide token, giving him some sneaky abilities, and then I'm going to take a long-range hunting bow shot into that skeleton archer in the middle of the board there. Ralof with a green and yellow for the hunting bow and a red for the sneak attack because he has the sneak special ability. Not going to boost this one, hitting on 5s. Oh, that is a critical hit, so we're going to add a black die to that damage salad there, dealing a total of 5 damage. The shot rings true. There's no way that he can save that shot. The skeleton is down. That's going to give us 1 slain casualty towards our quest, so only 2 more to go. And we're also going to get a standard victory point for that as well. Victory points in this will only be good for leveling up our crew, as we're not really trying to get them for a victory standpoint here, but could be handy in leveling up our mage. Going to the adversary pool, we're going to draw for... Oh, number 4, that was the skeleton we just killed. So we'll draw again, this time picking up number 7. Number 7 is our bandit here in the corner who's going to roll and get an attack action. So they're going to go ahead and attack their nearest adversary, which I guess in this case is probably going to be number 3 back here. So they'll go ahead and make a move and an attack. Bandit soldier with a green and a red and an extra green for the boost, hitting on 3s. That's going to hit for 3 damage. Holy smokes, that's a lot of damage. There's no way he can save any of that. That skeleton's down as well. The Dragonborn made a boosted stamina move to get 9 inches up the board, and then just going to throw up a block using my 2-handed block ability thanks to the Ancient Nord Battle Axe of Frost. Back to the adversary pile, we've drawn number 6. And number 6 is our other Imperial right about here. So let's go ahead and see what they're going to do. That's going to be another attack action. So go figure who they're going to go for, the nearby Draugr. Another move and another attack. Same attack as last time. Bandit warrior with a green and a red for their standard attack and a green for the boost, hitting on 3s. Oh, that's a swing and a miss. Well, that's it for enemy standard activations according to this septum limit, but they will get a chance to react if I get within 6 inches of anyone, but I don't think that's going to happen. First move, I'll do a stamina boost. Second action, I'm just going to move up about 6 inches to about here to get a little bit of cover and wait for the impending Draugr charge next time around. End of round 1, and we're just barely making it across the board, but we've got a little bit of killing done so far, not too shabby. Might end up drawing some action from some of these Draugrs here, but hopefully I can charge in, do a little damage to this side of the board while this side is taking care of each other. But let's get into round 2 and see how that plan fares. Event for round 2, we got Divine Inspiration. Choose one of your models. That model may re-roll any number of dice from its next skill or attribute test. Sweet. I'm going to go ahead and give that to the Dragonborn here, giving them the ability to make a re-roll just in case things go sideways on their next roll. But first up, it's going to be our adversary. So let's go ahead and draw from the pile here, see what we get. Round and round it goes to number 1. And wouldn't you know it, number 1 is the closest Draugr to my entire squad. Oops, oh well. Let's see what they're going to do. They are going to attack, go figure. And of course, they're going to attack the nearest enemy, and they can just get line of sight over top of that rock to the Spellsword Mage. So that's who they're going to want to charge, but I'm going to go ahead and do something special here and play my Scroll of Fear. Discard this card as a special action to target an enemy within 8 inches and line of sight. Target model and all enemies within 3 inches must make a morale check. As far as I know, I can discard this as a special action whenever I want, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now and make this Draugr make a morale check, and I might get lucky and banish them from the board before they have a chance to charge. For a morale check, the unit has to make a wisdom test, and if they fail, they are removed from the battlefield. So with a wisdom of just 2, I got a pretty good chance of this. Let's see if this Hail Mary saves the day. Hey, there we go. You are out of there. That came in about as handy as I think it ever could. Not too shabby. That's going to actually make it our turn. I'm going to move the Dragonborn a standard move once of 6 inches to put them within control range of this objective and see what it is. A puzzle token. Interesting. Well, I'm going to go for the gusto here and make my second play to go for this treasure token. And as an adventurer, I can reveal a treasure token as a free action. So let's see what we get. Okay, lockpick test. Can't do anything with it this turn because I've spent my 2 actions, but next time around, I can potentially go lockpicking for the Golden Claw. Adversary respawns for round 2. We got another Skeleton Archer and another Draugr in at the back of the board. Next adversary, we got
Number 6. Number 6 is the Bandit engaged with the Draugr, and they're going to make an attack here. So they've got a green and a red for their standard attack, plus another green for boosted, hitting on 3s. That's a hit for 2 damage. 2 damage, 1/1, yellow armor rating. He's out of there. Back to my activation, I'm going to move the mage once to get within controlling range of this puzzle token here for the end of the round to make an intelligence test, and then I'm just going to ready an action and wait for any potential charges coming my way. With the enemy activations run through, it's just back to Rayloff. Now he's my best lockpicking unit, and this is a treasure-heavy quest, so I'm going to move him up once here to try to get into Treasure Town, but first I'm going to take a shot with my bow and try to even the odds here, taking out that bandit. Now, Rayloff is actually making this shot at short range within 10 inches. So they're going to get a whole bunch of dice for this attack. First of all, a green and a red for attacking with the hunting bow at this range. Then with the steady hand ability, I'm going to go ahead and boost for a aimed shot, which gives me a green, but also a yellow attack die. So this is going to blow through my hidden token, but hoping I can really secure the hit here. So Rayloff making the shot, hitting on 5s. That is a 9 just down to a 5 with just all the damage on planet Earth. He is gonzo. Actually, before I get too excited, I forgot that I only did 1 activation with this unit when I first activated them. So just to make things interesting, I'm going to retroactively throw up a shield, which they're able to do, adding a red to their armor value if they're able to make a block test on a 4. So let's go ahead and see if they're able to add some dice to this action. Oh, they certainly are. So, okay, in this case, it's going to be trying to stop 4 damage on a regular yellow plus an additional shield rating of, oh my god, red. Stops 3, still going to take 1, and that's going to be more than enough. There we go. Sometimes I like to make it harder on myself than it has to be, but either way, that bandit is out of the picture, and that's going to bring us to the end of round 2 and into round 3. So let's go ahead and make an event deck draw here and see what we're going to get. Evasive maneuvers. You may choose one of your models engaged with an enemy. Oh, nobody's engaged with an enemy, so no dice. But we are going to get another enemy spawn into the mix. End of the round, we've got our spell sword here, who's within 3 inches of the puzzle token. So they're going to make an intelligence test of 4, see if they get some victory points and a treasure card. Ooh. Hey, that's going to do it. That's going to give us another 3 victory points, and it's also going to let us make a draw from the treasure deck. So let's go ahead and see what we get. We're going to cut the deck and see if we get the golden claw. The golden claw. Well, there you go, folks. The spell sword mage now has the golden claw in their hand, and because of getting those 3 victory points, that's going to bring our victory point total to 5, meaning that she can level up just like this. Ta-da! The Imperial Mage is back to being leveled up after getting smacked down last round, and now she's got the golden claw. Didn't expect to draw the golden claw out of a puzzle test. Figured that was going to come from some lockpicking or treasure looting, but hey, there's only 4 cards that we can draw from, and we cut the deck, and that's going to be our lucky day. So let's see if we can't get motoring across the board. And for our adversary, we spawned another Draugr warrior, but this time in this corner. So we're getting pretty swarmed. Yeah, we've got the claw, which is a great start, but we've got some pretty nasty guards up towards the end of the door. So with all of our leveling up and looting done, let's get into round 3. Top of the round, and we're up first, and while I'm tempted to just kind of make a beeline for the gate, there's so many baddies at that end of the board that I don't think that's a great idea. So I'm just going to kind of keep things going the way I had them planned. I'm going to start with the Dragonborn, and I'm going to make a lockpick test. Dragonborn is okay at this, lockpicking on a 4, so let's go and give that a try. That's a 5, no dice, but we're going to go ahead and play our Divine Inspiration card and get to re-roll that die. Come on, 4. Hey, that's a 2, and we're also going to get to make another draw from our treasure deck. We only have 3 cards left here, so rather than draw like that, I'm just going to kind of shuffle around and pick the Silver Sword. Oh, wow. Oh my god, look at all that damage. So it does green plus yellow, yellow, and a red versus undead. So that's kind of handy for this episode and all the episodes going forward down here. And on a Dragonborn helmet, it restores 1 point of stamina. Well, as tempted as I am to charge down into that bandit and make a whole chain reaction of attacks down here, I think instead I'm just going to move my boosted 9 inches to about there, hold steady, and hold the gates for our back 2 benchers to start charging up and through. Maybe I can get lucky on some activations and make these two attack each other. Speaking of, it's activation time, so let's go ahead and draw someone from our adversary pool. That's number 1. Now, number 1 is our puzzle door Draugr down here, who's going to get the, well, lo and behold, attack action. Closest unit is the Bandit. Draugr warrior hitting on 3s with a green for the boost. That is a critical miss, no dice. For my second activation, I'm gonna get Ralof moving up the board, so he's gonna take 1 action there, and then he's within long range of the Draugr at the back there, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a boosted attack and see if I can't take that skeleton archer out. Ralof coming in with a hunting bow shot, green and yellow for the bow, another green and yellow for the steady hand ability, because I'm boosting stamina, hitting on 5s. That is 1 damage. Wow, that could have been a lot better. So 1 damage on 1 yellow armor rating. It is stopped, sadly. Enemy activation, we got number 5. Skeleton archer hitting on 3s, extra green die for the boost. That is a swing and a miss. And for my last activation, I'm going to get my mage here to start boogieing across the board, make a standard move to get in base-to-base contact with his objective, and reveal a strategic objective. Puzzle token or master treasure would have been better, but hey, we will take it. That's just their first activation. I'd like to say that I could shoot that skeleton with my flames, but yeah, they're completely blocked by that stone there, so no dice. I'm gonna go ahead and ready them again in that case, and get ready for the next round. But first we need to make an event card draw, going into round 4, and we got Lights Out. If the darkness rules are not currently in play, which they are not, they immediately take effect until the start of the next event phase. Okay, so things have just gotten a little bit dark here in the Barrow as we head in to round 4. Drawing for our adversaries, let's see if the Overlord's going to jump into the mix. They are not on a 6, so that's going to be another skeleton archer. Feeling a little bit surrounded and outnumbered now that we have another skeleton archer down on this side. Let's go ahead and randomize who we're going to bring into the mix. We got a number 5. That's going to be our archer at the back here, who's going to activate, and they are going to, with the swords, they are going to attack. Skeleton archer shooting again, hitting on 3s with a boost. That is a swing and a miss. Wow, they can't hit the broadside of a barn today. Then they are going to fall back to protect this objective here, which is going to bring it now back to our turn. I'm actually going to move first to get just within close range to try to really guarantee the hit to put this goof down. Then I'm going to make a shot with my hunting bow, and it's going to have a whole bunch of die. So a green and red standard, and then another green and yellow for the boost and steady aim ability, hitting on 5s. Oh, come on. Well, it doesn't seem like Ralof can get anything done here at this stage either, so it's going to go back to our adversary's activations here, and let's see who gets into the mix. Number 7. Number 7 is the Bandit there. So they are engaged with their fellow Draugr adversary there. So they're going to make their attack. Bandit with a boosted attack, red and green standard, green for the boost, hitting on 3s. That is a miss. Nobody's getting any killing done today. And with their last activation, they will just put up a block. Well, it's time to get myself into the war. Dragonborn is going to charge into these 2 doofuses here and try and deny an activation and take out that Draugr. Okay, this is the one we've been waiting for, sports fans. We've got the Ancient Nord Battle Axe of Frost. A green and 2 red for the standard attack. A green and yellow additional for Banish the Wicked, hitting on a monumental 6. That's gonna do it for just so much damage. 4 damage, no special effects, 1 armor rating. Go figure, that Draugr is out of the picture. And that's going to do it for our 3rd enemy slain casualty there for our special quest, meaning we're going to make another treasure draw. We've only got 2 cards left. Let's see what we get. A Circlet of Archery. I think we know who we're gonna be giving this to. Add green to archery skill tests while equipped. That is awesome. Dragonborn's gonna put that in their collection for now, but the second we have a chance, we're gonna pass that off to Ralof. That charge is going to get a reactionary shot coming in at the Dragonborn from the skeleton archer. So let's go ahead and make that shot. It's going to be a boosted attack, so they're gonna be hitting on 3s. And that is just a hit for 1 damage. Dragonborn has 2 armor rating, and they stop it all. And of course, the only one left to go is the mage. So we're going to get a little bit bold. We're going to take 1 movement to about there, standard move, and then we're going to take a flamed shot into this skeleton here. I really want this attack to work, so I'm going to boost the heck out of this spell. Normally just 1 yellow, 2 extra yellows, because I'm going to double Magicka boost it, meaning this is going to cost 3 points. Ouch. I get a green die for my Destruction Mastery, and it is a -2 to the skill test because Flames is an easy spell to cast. So, all that to be said, I am hitting on a 5. That is an 8 and a miss. Actually, wait a second, the mage has an ability called Imperial Luck, meaning that once per battle, I can burn this ability to make this an auto success. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and deal all the damage through to this goof. Well, hopefully I do. 1 armor rating, yep, stops 1, takes 2. That's going to be the one time I can use that this game, but they are out of there. End of round 4, and we are fastly approaching what I hope to be the end of this game. If I can clear out this skeleton off the bat, then I should be able to make a clean play, open the door, and slowly 1 by 1 get my players off the board. But might be getting ahead of myself. We've got some enemies to go before that. So let's go ahead, speaking of, and draw our event card. Darkness rules are now not in play, but now we have Secret Passage. Place a Secret Passage token within 3 inches of a target model, and then place another within 8 inches of the first Secret Passage token. So this is a way for me to really quickly get to the edge there to make sure that is within 8 inches and everything is street legal. But that's going to give me a way for Rayloft to boogie off the board, hopefully a little bit faster. But that event card is also going to spawn 2 baddies. So let's go ahead and see who's going to be coming up behind us here. We've got, oh, go figure, the Draugr Overlord and another Draugr Warrior. So we'll get those placed and we'll get into round 5. Top of round 5, and let's get to it. We've got 2 new Draugr, including the Overlord, who have spawned on this side. So we are fully mobbed and surrounded at this point. So the only way out is through. So let's get to it. We're up first. Now let's hope that 3rd time's the charm with Rayloft here and put that far skeleton down once and for all. Really need this to work so I can make my double play here and boogie off the board, or try to. Get a green and red for the hunting bow and a green and yellow for my steady hand boosted ability. Come on, hitting on 5s. That's what I'm talking about. Extra black for the critical hit. All the damage in the GD world is done. That dude is finally out of there. Leading Rayloft free to make the Secret Passage move from there to there in the blink of an eye, meaning that all I need to do is get my mage down to that end and open that door, and I think I'm gonna get through. But before that happens, we did end our activation within 6 inches of this baddie here, so they are going to get a chance to activate and take a hit into the Dragonborn. Boosting, so they're gonna lose their shield token, but they're gonna be hitting on a 3s. That is a hit. For just 1 damage though, the Dragonborn symbol isn't going to give any extra damage die, but I get 2 to block, and I do. Draugr number 3 is the first adversary to go, so they're gonna make a boosted move about yay far and throw up a block. Bring it back up to my turn, and guess who I'm gonna get to go next? It's Dragonborn killing time. Dragonborn with the Battle Axe of Frost. 2 red and a green and a yellow for Banish the Wicked, and I'm gonna take a green for the stamina boost this time around, and that's gonna tap my stamina right out because of this thing's cumbersome ability, but I really wanna secure this hit, hitting on a 6. Yep, that's gonna do it, and then some. 3 damage, and that's gonna be all kinds of bleeding damage. In fact, let's see if they survive this attack of 3 damage. Nope, that's gonna put them down. Well, with that as our first attack, I'm going to move and get myself within exiting distance there. Also going to be able to flip over this Master Treasure. I mean, I have to go for that. It's the first time I've seen a Master Treasure here on the channel, so yeah, we're gonna do it, but we need to get an enemy activation first. Enemy activation the second, we got number 7. Number seven is this Draugr down here. And just like his buddy on the other side of the board, he's gonna make a stamina boosted move, throw up a block, and get ready to charge in to do some bad stuff next time around. But with that whole situation out of the way, now I can make a play for this Master Treasure. And go figure, I'm just gonna move once, and then we're gonna go for the Gusto. Master Treasure tokens are treated like a normal chest, so I just need to roll and hope I don't get an X. We are good. We pass the test, meaning we're going to make a master treasure draw. Okay, well, I've yet to even use this deck, so I'm pretty stoked to see what we get here. So I'm just going to cut it randomly and see what we get. A potion of ultimate Magicka, restore Magicka to maximum. Well, if anybody was going to get that, I guess it's good that it's the spell sword. Was kind of hoping for something a little more, well, stabby, I guess, or shooty, but you know what? Hey, you can't control what you get out here in Skyrim, so there you go. End of round 5, and there is no way that we don't come out with the win on this one. No matter what, an enemy's going to activate first, they're going to charge in, and I would move the mage, open the door, and one by one move my folks through. There's no way anybody can even reach me from this far away, so that is going to be an adventurer's victory. With the golden claw in hand, our mage opens the door, and our plucky adventurers move on to the nether side into the final episode of this campaign, into all kinds of unknown horrors. 3 awesome treasure cards added to our roster this time around: a silver sword to the Dragonborn, ultimate Magicka potion to the mage, and circlet of archery to Rayloff. So we are pretty kitted out going into the final episode, but once again, I'm going to need you folks to help me vote on a battle MVP. Let me know in the comments which unit outshone the rest, and that unit will get a special bonus card at the beginning of the next scenario. What dangers await our heroes on the other side of the puzzle door? You will have to tune in to our next episode of Skyrim Sundays, coming in 1 month's time, for the ultimate conclusion of this campaign.
We've got the claw, but we still need to escape Bleak Falls Barrow, as we're now entering into the final chamber of this dungeon and the final scenario of the campaign. So stay tuned in 1 month's time, when we're going to wrap up this campaign once and for all and take on some pretty nasty enemies while we do it. Let me know in the comments which one of our units you think is the battle MVP, and that character will get a special treasure draw going into the final scenario. If it were me, I'd probably put my vote on the Spell Sword Mage. She really pulled her weight, getting the claw, opening the door, and taking out a skeleton archer with her flames attack. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like what we do here on WGNR, hit the like button, leave a comment, and of course, make sure you're subscribed and consider heading on over to our Patreon page, where you can become a Chosen One level member. At that level, you get double entry into all future WGNR giveaways, exclusive access to polls that help you choose the direction of content here on the channel, and you can even become a named character in a future battle report, not unlike this one. So thank you again so much for watching. We'll be back with another episode of Skyrim Sundays in 1 month's time. So stay tuned, because as always, WGNR will be back.